like it. That works. This one, I just said I might well get some B-roll. So, but alright. I got a feeling they're gonna be late anyway, because they was already in the Marvel Rival tournament. It took me like 15 minutes to get up here, so unless they got an elevator backstage, it's gonna take me a minute to get in. So we might as well lock in. I need to check the schedule, see what else I got after this. But anyway, y'all locked in and I'll jump cut type shit.
So coming to the stage right now, we have RDC. You can sit. I'ma stand. I'ma sit in a minute. We need one more seat out here. I can stand the whole panel. Where's Jeffrey at? But you know, at YouTube, we really love RDC, and I have two special guests from YouTube who want to give RDC their flowers in real life. Coming to the stage, we have Garth Graham, who is the head of health at YouTube, but also YouTube's executive sponsor for DreamCon, and Kim Larson, who is the head of top creator and gaming at YouTube. Kim and Garth, come on out! So, they got something to say, I'm gonna let them speak.
All right, me and Garth are the suits from YouTube. We are gonna make this so quick, because this is who you wanna hear from. We just wanna say thank you. This is one of the hottest entertainment properties across all of YouTube. Started with this love and passion for anime, and look what they built, you guys. It's all what I love about these guys so much is that the vision that they started with, Real Dreams Change the World, is the vision they have today, and they embody it in absolutely everything they do. And for them, it's all about community, and we love that. I don't know if you guys know, they started 600 strong in a warehouse like 7 years ago. There are 30,000 people gonna be here this weekend.
Let's go!
So you all got your flowers, we love you. Garth.
Yes, I mean, honestly, RDC and team, you have been an inspiration to many, inspiration to us at YouTube, in terms of just pushing boundaries and making the platform a better place, and we deeply appreciate it. Your whole team, Mark, Af, Desmond, Dylan, Leland, John, all of y'all, and all that you have done. So we just wanted to say thank you for making YouTube a better place, thank you for making the world a better place, and I guess this whole audience is here to say thank you.
Go!
So I'm gonna block these questions because RDC has to go, but John and Af will stay after the documentary. So we're starting our Q&A first, and then we'll do audience Q&A afterwards. I don't have a chair, so I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand. It's great. That's okay. I'm standing for RDC. So.
Oh, we got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sit down. So, first of all, hello. How are you all?
Great.
Good. I know you guys gotta go. So, looking back, did you guys ever think RDC or DreamCon would be this big?
Well, I mean, I can answer for, I mean, as a fan, I think that, like, you know, I used to think that RDC was, like, the greatest thing, and then, like, seeing it from, as a member now, I saw...
Used to?
No, I was like, as a fan, RDC is so great, but as a fan, and then actually being able to be a part of it, I was like, oh, this really is great, and so I always felt like I just saw the potential. That's what always drew me towards that, and then for DreamCon, I feel like, whenever Mark kind of pitched the idea, like, he really saw the vision there, and we all did. And I feel like, honestly, we felt like low-key we wanted it to be this the first year. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. So it took a little bit longer than we thought, but like this, you know, it's amazing. I didn't know my family's all over there, so. My aunts, sisters, father, cousins. All over there too.
Oh, dang, the whole family here.
Okay.
Team RDC. So we all saw, you know, when people take anime too far, home movies, people shouting out. What inspired you to start creating content in the first place?
I mean, really, me and Ev, like, we wanted to start like a comic book. I know people heard this story a lot of times, but like, I was really into movies too. So he was really into anime movies. So once I was talking with Ev, like all the time, I seen like Nigga Higa, Hot Damn I Rock, Kevin Edwards Jr., all them. I looked up to them, so you know, we started making YouTube videos, and just from there, like we just started adding people one by one, like what really just our homies we was already hanging with, Leland, Dez, Ben, Dylan, John. So then we just, you know, start making the videos and they start blowing up.
Okay, so you talked about how you guys started out and then you started adding people, you know, kind of collecting them like Pokemon.
Yeah.
What were some of the first hurdles of working together as a team and trying to blend all y'all ideas? I'm sure y'all all got so many different ideas. Like, I mean, I love Anime House and it seems like it's a lot of ideas all in one. How do you like kind of overcome that to like, you know, put all those ideas together?
I mean, I think we just trust all of us to do our roles. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't, I really don't think we argue much at all, honestly. Like you know, Ben, he does the audio, he does the costumes, Desmond does the CGI, you know, Dylan and Leland, always one of the main actors. Af does all the camera work, the editing, I write the videos and edit with Af as well. So we really just stick to our roles and it works out perfectly.
Okay, so you all have a role, you all work together perfectly as a team then?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we're friends, we real friends. Like, you know, we grew up since middle school, so, well, me and Leland since forever, but.
I'm forever too.
He want to be in the family so bad.
I feel like he's in there now.
He in there now, fact, they all in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you said there's no arguing except in the skits.
Well, we argue about like dumb stuff. Yeah, like anime, who's strong. It's real stuff, like, yeah, sports. Dylan be in the bathroom too long. He be in the bathroom. That's all right. That's my time though.
So I feel like on the streams that you guys have, you're always dropping gems and just like giving out wise wisdom. I know it's all fun, but sometimes, Mark, you be dropping some gems too. Looking back on your journey, what do you think is the most valuable lesson you've learned, like all of y'all?
Yeah, I'd say the most valuable lesson I'd say is to be okay with experimenting with stuff. Throwing stuff at the wall, figuring out what sticks, and not being like, don't let things catch you up. Like, if it don't work, move on to the next thing.
The most valuable thing I feel like I've learned was just listening skills. I know growing up, I don't know if my mom's in the crowd right now, but she knows that my listening skills was not great. But now it's like, now that I'm focusing on listening to other people, I feel like that's a great tool to have, especially like content creation, so. And in a team, obviously. So.
And I think for content creators and just people in general out there, there's a lot of big wins in your journey, but sometimes there's like the small ones that you don't look at. What do you think are those small successes that RDC has had that you don't talk about as much or enough?
That's a good question. That's great.
That is a good one.
Like for that podcast video.
I would say figuring out like how to delegate tasks. You feel me? Like when it comes to getting clips or something, or like that's like something I didn't think would be really important, but it ended up being crucial to, you know, get content at the right time and figuring out who the best person is for that.
Yeah, I'll add on to that too. Like, and I think I'm just realizing right now as I'm thinking about it, is like some of the small successes that we have that we just overlook a lot is just like whenever Desmond learned how to do CGI, like that was something that just in the background. But now it's like, dang, like he learned that. Like, that's a success. That's crucial. Or when Al gets new equipment, or Ben learned how to do sound, like all these things happening that we kind of like, okay, cool, are really successes in our eyes because they didn't know how to do it before. So.
And John learned how to do a convention. Like we trusted John with all the DreamCon. So shout out.
Do you have any advice for folks out there who, want to, be the next RDC or build something like DreamCon? Like, don't.
I feel like going down the route of being the next anything isn't a good route. I feel like you should be the best your version.
Yeah.
Like, don't be the next DreamCon. Don't be the best next RDC because there's not gonna be another RDC. There's not gonna be another DreamCon. You just gotta make your own lane. Like, be yourself. Nobody's gonna beat you at being yourself.
All right, and last question. What are the creators that have inspired you, or who's a creator or group of creators that RDC wants to give their flowers to?
AMP.
Yeah, AMP.
AMP inspires us, like, right now with all they do consistently. Even Streamer University last week was a great success. We love watching it. Obviously, Some Bros, they inspire us a lot as well. If you're talking about like old groups too, like I said, I think Nigga Higa and his old group, I think they were a great team that inspired us. I know Leo remembers them, for sure.
Smosh, Ego Raptor, Swoozie. Third. That's off the top of my head. I can't really think about it right now on the spot.
I did my rock, of course. I said it earlier, but I want to say it again because that was my #1 inspiration. Like, he made the Mario Bros. Brotherly Love. I knew that video. I still know that video word for word.
Oh, wow.
A 5-minute video, yeah.
Who? Illuminati.
Oh, Illuminati, yeah, I love Illuminati too. Shout out to him.
Yes, sir.
Corey Kitchen, I did hear that, yeah. Everybody at this point, because we took a lot of inspiration from a lot of people that we mess with to this day.
Okay, well, that was the last question that I have for you. RDC, I want to say as a fan and as somebody who's gotten a chance to work with you at YouTube, thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for making being a black nerd cool. Thank you for making me laugh and keeping me up and all of us up on the latest news that's happening in the world. So I know you guys got to run back, but thank you, everybody. Can we give it up for RDC? Stand up.
We would have stayed longer, but we're still in the Marvel Rivals tournament right now, so we gotta go win. Thank y'all.
John and Apple.
And we're going crazy.
Yes, sir. So John and Apple will stay afterwards for a Q&A. We're gonna watch the documentary, but right now I'm actually gonna bring out somebody that RDC gave their flowers to. Coming to the stage is Swoozie to do a welcome. Where are you, Swoozie? Hey.
Check. Oh, how's it going, guys? So am I sitting? Am I gonna stand?
Whatever you want to do. We had to pivot.
So I was here last year to preview my screening of Flowers. Ernest is the one that came up with this, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the YouTube staff, and he had the idea that we're gonna do documentaries highlighting all the achievements of some hand-picked YouTubers. So I've been following RDC from way back in the day. I remember I was in my group chat and they dropped the abduction video. Y'all remember that one?
notes, screenshot slides, and do more research on these topics because I can't go deep into everything and a lot of these go deep. All right. I'm gonna ask you to sit in the back if you can. English. Yep, and show me. Alright. So, the first step, I want to do my introductions, but first I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go over our introductions, we're going to define some things, we're going to get into the business, okay? We're going to go over social media, and that's one of the topics that goes very, very deep, and I can only give you a little snippet. And then we're going to go over closing, and then we're going to ask you guys to ask a question. Try to listen, try not to ask questions about something we've gone over. If you want to get deeper into things, yeah, we'll try to touch on that. So my first one up, Dana, why is it not loaded? Oh, hold on. Hold. I ain't designed all this.
Well, damn, why I gotta be first?
Dana, talk about yourself and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about myself while she do some techno. I can't cuss, I'm sorry. Okay, first and foremost, my name is Dalo.
It's all Dalo.
I make neon lights. So I use my business and I pretty much make a bunch of neon signs that's relevant to gaming, anime, or anything relevant to business side of things and turn that into make a bunch of money off of that. So you see a lot of people interested in Pokemon or such, I do that. Side of things, I stream, and that's pretty much it.
She just got her master's degree.
No. Funny fact is they went to Streamer U, that's where I graduated at, and they literally effed up that school there, so, you know. But yeah, that's it about me.
Oh my God, y'all, when I tell you this thing just shut down on me, but it is okay because it's up, and so we're just gonna roll with the punches. Next up is
That was me. Okay. Hi everybody, I am Fangirl Review. So welcome everybody. My business is crochet work, fiber arts, as well as I do digital games. Oh look, there's one. This is Zombie. I wrote that pattern and I'm like in love with it. But basically that's what I do. I stream myself crafting and doing crochet, and from there I was able to, start the business, and Pinterest is your friend because that's where a lot of my business goes to, and then it goes to Etsy. But we'll expand more on that. I was able to flip it and make it.
Hi everybody, my name is Bianca, or Innocent Anka. I do 3D printing, costume design, 3D modeling, and I also, if you've seen people walking around with these, I'm the one who made these, and you can place some orders soon. Okay. Yeah, I just turned this into an LLC recently called 1190 Studios, and this is under my name as a DBA. So, yeah, that's what I do. And I do stream my cosplay creations. I do cosplay commissions as well. So, yeah.
Let's see if I show up. All right. Oh, look at me. My name is Leonie. I'm a fundraiser and variety streamer. I focus on Fallout and our RPGs. I write and create horror shorts and movies. I like to help others a lot, so I like to support, I do community building events, and I have a little bit of some in social media advertising and social media management. And that be okay. All right, so types of avenues. All right, the business of content creation. We are changing the page.
Yeah. So really just the avenue of it is you can really spun into many other small businesses. I know like some people like to create other things along with just one thing, but once you go to like a great starting point of it and then establish that business, you can keep going and going with that. So really keeping content as your main focus. So you do like make ad for companies, or like what I do is like I make a Pokemon ball and then I kind of advertise that, and then somebody else sees it and then they're interested to do a sponsorship with me. Other things like, you know, communities, like some people would like to collaborate. There's technical or software tutorials that you make, like sometimes I am holding classes in person to make neon lights, so I get paid for that as well. How-to videos or any educational things as well. And so when you showcase these crafted goods, like us or anybody else, you can do it as streaming, you can record it, and just really to teach others, because sometimes people want to learn and be able to, you know, showcase those things. You know, no gatekeeping here, okay? And then, you know, some people like to start merch or clothing line as well with that, so, you know, but where do you find these potential customers and interested viewers at?
Okay, so where is your audience? First things first, where are your people at? If you have an established base, you can relax. This is more for the starters in the crowd, okay? Building your audience is extremely important as a creator. Knowing where to find your people will save you time and effort. Are you an entertainer? Are you more for live shows? Then Twitch and YouTube might be your main platform, or live events. Short form reels capture attention these days, so you want to try TikTok, you know, that's for the entertainers. Are you a knowledge or an educational creator? YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all platforms pretty much do great with educational. You just need to stay consistent on that. And then high quality photos with keywords for search engines do great on Pinterest, as she was saying earlier, or Instagram. Or maybe you're a writer, like myself, and your work will gain attention on Reddit, Tumblr, and blog sites, okay? You just need to find what works for you and then keep consistent on that. Which brings us to our next slide.
So this is my favorite part, conceptualizing. And basically, when it comes down to conceptualizing, the best thing you can do is just write down all your ideas. Literally write down every single idea you have. Whether you think it's too small or too big or anything, you might think it's silly, literally write it down. When I tell y'all that I was just talking to one of my friends about this, because they had a wooden name tag that looked like this, but I was like, I think I can make that better. And so I got into Blender, I taught myself 3D modeling, and now everybody's like wearing these. And I was like, that was over a year ago. So literally write down all your ideas. Do not limit yourself, and then don't be afraid to like lean on other people as well. Bounce your ideas off of your friends, and yeah, like Taylor said, don't gatekeep. You know. But anyway, you have to, and then once you get your idea, you have to turn it into a clear, structured vision with a purpose, plan, and the potential to succeed. That's why I formed my LLC. Of course, I started out as a sole proprietorship, just to make sure that it was something I wanted to do and got enough experience and had a plan, because you need a plan when you're doing business, of course. So just like we just talked just like we just talked about, just make sure you know who you're offering it to, why it matters, what value it brings to people, and go from there. And yeah, so this is just step number 1, and it will take time. I can't tell you how many times I have failed tests with this. Like, it was months of failed tests before I finally got something that worked. So, right, and I always like to say fail forward. So, don't beat yourself up if you don't get something on the first try. You're never gonna do that. So, I mean, if you do, you go to, but you know. But yeah, find your niche and then create your first business goals. And yeah.
So this is one of those ones that you are definitely gonna want to screenshot. A lot of information, and man, does this go deeper. And there's 2 slides, but we're just gonna go over here. It's okay.
Yeah. So analytics. I know for like creators that are just starting out, numbers can be scary. I personally still don't look at my numbers. Don't be like me. And I've been doing this for 8 years. So. But social media analytics refers to the process of tracking, measuring, and interpreting data from your social media accounts and understanding how your content is performing and how people are engaging with it. It's very important. because it helps you know what's working, what's not working, understand your audience's behavior, improve your content strategy, increase your reach, engagement, and conversions, and make smarter decisions for growth or brand deals. So by tracking these, your impressions and your engagement rate, your click-through conversion, and audience demographics, just to name a few, you can successfully grow your business and strategize, especially through social media, because that's constantly changing. And it can be overwhelming to keep up with. But these analytics are literally found on every social media platform, but pay for sites like Buffer, Hootsuite, and Later can help you track all your platforms at once. I also like to use Metricool. That definitely, it gives you analytics tracking and lets you post on all your platforms at once. So, yeah. You can pay for it, but if you just have if you don't have too much going on right now, there is a free version that's very useful and robust. And that's Metricool, so METRICOOL. So yeah, check that out. But most website development platforms like Squarespace and Metricool have
New York time. So usually that's where you're gonna want to play. A lot of times is being on that New York time, even if you're over here, if you're West Coast and things of that sort. So really. Watch your numbers, look at the times, see what's performing well, and keep doing that. And be consistent, because the algorithm picks you up. So you have SEOs, search engine optimization. So when you Google, are you coming up first? I was coming up first, but unfortunately, an author wrote a book called Fangirl. Great book, I enjoyed it. Fangirl review, you look me up, guess what? I am now buried because of that. Sad, but whatever. Blessings to her for her book, but she pushed me down. But that's how you know, where am I where am I landing on that first page? And then you just keep going from there and read your analytics.
All right, so this is going to lead us into a very, very important posting with intention, okay? I need everybody to understand that. If you have a personal Instagram, personal page, and you've turned that into your social media, okay, you need to keep them separate because, you have your friends and your family, you love them, and you don't want to be posting your personal stuff on something that you might blow up. Then they can scroll back and they know where you live, your cousin and them. You don't want that, okay? But posting with intention, okay? When posting for business, you need to post with a reason. Post consistently to stay on top of the followers' minds. Schedule posts if you need. Some of y'all mothers, got kids, and some of us in school. It's stressful. All right. All effort should have a return on investment. Whether that's your energy, your cosplay materials, your photo shoots, or you're spending money on something to review because you're trying to be a reviewer for, games or whatever. You want to be getting leads, and for that, your leads could be subscribers to your channel, tickets to your shows, people buying your merchandise, or gaining more followers on social media. So the first thing we want to focus on is lead generation. This is the process of attracting leads. That can be a gamer posting first-person shooter clips because you want to get more attention in the first-person shooter realm, okay? Well, you got some good kills. Well, you made diamond, XYZ, XYZ. You're going to use those hashtags and you're going to stay consistent on them to attract more and more people. So when they look up, oh, I'm searching for Apex. Oh, who is this new person? Oh, that was a good kill. Let me see what they're talking about. All right? Proper hashtags, attraction rates. Maybe you get a new yarn that's limited edition and you want to show people what products you can make with it. It's a reach out to gain interest in your business. Then you want to nurture those leads, which is building and maintaining that business, not parasocial relationships. Okay, which is really crazy in this world. So you want to build them with your potential buyers, your potential subscribers, your potential clients. This is where you provide values. This is really big on the business aspect for people doing sales. Why do they choose you over others? Is your store quality superior? Is your shipping handled promptly? Are you funny and educational, or you're a funny and educational creator who provides unique content? Humanize your business in these posts. As a store, you can post testimonials or before and after posts. You want to be helpful and not pushy, and always use call to actions. all right? As you can see in there, watch here live. Oh, you like this shot? See me next on YouTube, XYZ. Follow here for more. Subscribe to the newsletter, whatever. That is important. You want to tell them and guide your people to where they need to be. Like, okay, you went viral for something, that's cool. They don't know where to find you, do they? Do you have your website in your bio? Do you have something typed out to let them know your values? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you just an icon with some really cool clips? And you got good clips, but what is that doing for you? And then there's lead conversion, but that is where the looker becomes the buyer. This is one of the most important steps, but in a sense, you really don't have too much control over that. Those other two steps are going to lead them to making that purchase, making that subscription, getting you that follow, whatever your process may be. Not the music. I'll start twerking.
The business.
Okay, so the business as That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and talk anyway. So let's talk branding first. Okay, so you are more than just your logo. You want to be the place where people understand who you are. So fangirl review. We're gonna talk about first colors, which pink and black. That is always a fangirl review. I'm literally wearing pink and black. I have my branding right here on, I always carry it everywhere. So when you decide your brand, think about your font. Something to keep in mind is when people look at fonts on their computer versus fonts on their phone versus fonts on a tablet, it might not translate. And it becomes squiggly lines and people might not understand what it is that you are presenting. So keep it simple. Italics are cute. Script is funny, it's beautiful, but sometimes we can't read it. So keep in mind how your brand looks to everybody. You don't want it to be too busy. If your logo's too busy, I don't understand what are we doing here? What's going on? Because I'm already clicking off, I've already moved on. So you want clean lines, simplicity, and then what is your tagline? Because you're building a brand. What does it mean? So fangirl review. It's been in 15 years. It's that long. Okay. But it has evolved over the years. You know, at first it was a website when I was writing. I was very passionate about doing reviews. And I was doing press all over the place. And then it kept growing into, now it's Fangirl Review LLC. Doing business as BIPOC Streamer Award. So you continue to grow. And so keep in mind when you're forming your brand, what does it look like and what is your tagline? Fangirl Review is a place for all things geek. BIPOC Streamer Awards is go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. So a couple